Is there anybody out there? Is the way you're supposed to greet maybe the internet, are you? But anyhow, I want to start first of all by apologising for last week. Through technical difficulties, the stream wasn't up to scratch. The first 7 minutes of it was blurry. Wasn't really nice to look at. I gave you some good battery information after that and did a reasonable stream. I was trying StreamYard out. Didn't really work out. I've gone back to the original YouTube live streaming system tonight, and hopefully all will run good. So if there's anybody in the chat, please say hello. Nobody there? No. Anyhow, I'm going to move on to something. There's somebody there now. Say hello if you can. No, nobody in the chat yet. But anyhow, I'm going to move on to tell you about the doctor's surgery here. There's been a few. Good man, Pat. Good to see you. I enjoyed your comments, Pat, on the videos. Pat, saying it's only me and you, I'm going to tell you about the doctor's surgery. You've obviously maybe watched the live streams back, but anyway, you've got it live now, and we're going to begin. I'll begin by showing you the newest edition. Anybody else would call this a workbench, but I'm going to call it the doctor's operating table. If you can see that. There is a video that I've put up for that. It's the full width of the building here, and it's just wide enough that it can reach everything. So it's perfect for my purposes. So that's been a big addition. That's the doctor's operating table is here. That's been a big addition. That came in on Tuesday. I was with it last Saturday, but something happened. Next thing, my brother Martin, who's a regular on the streams, has given me this, a fire extinguisher, which I graciously accepted as a housewarming gift or whatever. Hopefully a house unwarming gift if something happens. But I've been playing it fast and loose with the battery repair. I've repaired batteries live. I've soldered batteries, which is something that's soldered directly onto cells, which is something that I don't recommend. But hopefully it's been entertaining. Hopefully it's been entertaining for you guys. Thanks, Pat. I definitely do need one of those. The next thing, I have another new addition. Now, this is a Parkside DIY vise that I picked up yesterday, and there'll be a video out for this. It's a little vise that I'm going to clamp onto my bench. And why would I buy such a non-vise? My brother Martin, who I mentioned earlier, has already said this is not a vise. I'm inclined to agree with him, but that doesn't mean it's not useful. It clamps onto the bench. You see if you can see a part of the bench where you can clamp onto. I got this in Lidl yesterday for £9.99. £9.99. And now it's not a vise that you can sledge at or put a lot of stuff on and batter at it, but I have a very specific use for it. I'm going to show you now. Battery cells, which I'll be working on. Clamping battery cells to spot welding. Clamping battery cells to spot weld. The little rubber jaws is ideal for that. Holds them in place. I can put a wee tack of spot weld there. And it's got a little adjuster here. You see? And you can move that around. Oh, good man, BW's Electronics there. Good man. You can move it around. Very useful little device for me. I think I've already thought in one use for it, and I'm sure that I'll think of more at the time. So there's that. I forgot to mention one aspect of it, which I might not find many uses for it, but there's a little piping clamp. You can get off the base and clamp about a round bar or something. So that's very new to me, and I think very interesting. Anybody else in the chat? I'm just going to check in on the chat here now. I need to talk to you about a very exciting piece of equipment. Well, it excites me anyway. I got this device. This is a 12 volt NiCad kit that I bought for £14.20 on eBay. You see I've got the M12 on it. The reason is, it's now an M12. It fits a little wacky battery, so it's a little M12s. These little guys. And the video of that is out about 3 years ago. So hopefully it'll do well for me. You can see how I converted that. Hot glued and screwed at the bottom. I hot glued it for the video, but then I screwed it later as well. That's my new favourite machine. Taking over from the regular. I'm not going to dump this. This is I did for stronger jobs. A wee bit too strong for the light stuff, so that's my new baby there. Anybody else in the chat? I know, Pat, but where would the fun be in that? Hello, Martin. How are you? I could have had a 12 needle. Where would the fun be in that? Anyway, moving on. There's something that I touch on. It's a very serious subject that I comment on every time my live streams. It's a subject very personal to me. How many ladies are watching my content on YouTube? And I'm pleased to say 0.3 of a lady more watched my videos in the last 7 days, so that's an improvement. There is something, and I don't know how they feel about it, that I notice when I'm further into the stats. The women are not watching my longer videos. 1% of women are watching my longer videos, and 7.4 are watching my YouTube shorts. So it's fair to say the ladies prefer my short stuff. So make of that what you will. I have something that I want to tell you about, and I don't know whether I'm wise to tell you about it, because it's in the very developmental stage. It's just a brainchild. It's just at the think through stage. If you watched my videos, you'll see I've been bringing back these 9 amp flex volt batteries from the dead. I've done a couple now. I've actually done 3. I donated one to my brother Martin because he's been so good donating to the cause. He donated me a DC power supply, a fire extinguisher. He deserved one for his swimmer. But anyhow, he's not the only one who's going to get a free 9 amp battery of me. I've decided to spread the love. You guys come and spend the time watching my live streams. You watch my videos, you comment, you ask questions. That's all useful. So I think it's time. I have 3,600 subscribers as of today. So it's time maybe to give something back to some of you guys out there. I'm going to run a competition, but due to this being a lithium-ion pack, I don't think I'm going to be able to post it across the seas. I can't send it to America, I can't send it to mainland England, Scotland, Wales, that sort of. Can't send it to Europe. So we're going to have to concentrate probably in the island of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland. That's what we're going to have to do. But I'm going to devise a competition, hopefully in the next week. Don't worry about the dodgy. There's Pat McMahon says, Pat McM says he's worried about the dodgy DeWalt batteries since he switched to DeWalt. Don't worry about dodgy batteries. They can be saved. I have saved them. But I'm going to run a competition. Hey, Pat, see if you won this. I'd send this to Cork. That wouldn't matter. It's the fact that these are not suitable for air freight is the problem. And I wouldn't want to post this somewhere that will be destroyed by the postal service, because that's what they do. If they have something that's potentially hazardous, they think it's going to, you know, be a flame risk. When these come into the country, they come in by boat. Definitely can post it to Claire. That's not a problem. I'm going to run a competition, hopefully within the next week. About the middle of the week, I'm going to devise something. I'm going to do a video for you, and hopefully one of you lucky people could win this. I'm very unrepresented. In the island of Ireland as a whole, I would say I'm very poorly viewed compared to other regions. USA, Canada, and the wider UK, I'm a top 3. India is number 4. So hopefully this will help too, and I'll give something back to you guys. And I thought I had something. It's been a slightly disappointing week in one respect, because I was bidding in a big crazy kit of job lot of tools on eBay. It was 6 SDS machines, 6 brushless SDS machines. These were all broken tools that I was going to fix if I got them. 6 broken SDS machines, 8 5-amp batteries, 1 2-amp battery, and 3 flex volt 6-amp batteries. And I was bidding in that all week, and the bidding ended at 7:15 on Friday night, and I was highest bidder until the last 30 seconds. I could have probably popped another bid on, but it got away from me. It was too high. It started off at £62, and my highest bid was £285 plus £20 of postage. That kit of stuff went £361.25 and £20 of postage. And whoever bought that was taking a chance, because you don't know what condition they're going to be until you open them up, take them apart. So there's too big a risk to go any more money. At the highest price I paid, they'd maybe at a push be worth that for parts, but not £80 more than I was prepared to pay. I did ask the seller what they were used for, because you always get suspicious when you see a whole pile of stuff, because some people can be cobbling bits of old bad parts together, make you up a bad part machine. There's Sarah Mobile Diesel. Good man to see you. I was watching one of your videos there before it came on. I'm not going to say which one it is because it might be controversial, but I watched it and I give it a thumbs up. So anyway, so these people can maybe, like, if I have SDS machines there, I could build you an old SDS. If I was that way inclined, which I'm not, I could build an old SDS out of old broken parts, and everything would be in it, would be wrecked, and sell it on eBay for, I don't know, £100 or something. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, but some people might. No, it's always a pleasure to watch you, sir. Thanks for coming on the stream. I do appreciate everybody's been on the stream tonight, and I appreciate you sticking with me after last week. That was a bit of a shit show. But I didn't get the big crazy SDS job lot kit. The seller did say that it was being used in a power station for 2 years. So if he was genuine, that stuff was hard worked, and to look at the pictures, it did look very hard worked. So who knows what would have came in that case. And moving on. Oh, sir, DeWalt dinosaur. This is no ordinary DeWalt dinosaur. I got this on eBay. Naked batteries, but I did a hover conversion of an M12. It's now an M12 DeWalt. You're going to see a lot more of that because I love using that. It's nice and light. You can't stand it up. That's a design flaw. But anyway, I don't care. You leave it flat in the bench, you know. So I have the T10 butt on it for taking apart the batteries. Now I'm going to move on to the fixes I done this week. There's one of them away. I did a nice little Milwaukee polisher, a 240 volt polisher. I put a set of brushes in that this week. I ordered the brushes on eBay, and they were wrong. They fitted, but where the terminal went on, I had to do a bit of solder, but I got it sorted. That's away. That's away back home. But there's this piece here. 9-inch angle grinder Hulti. 110. This isn't a switch problem. This is going like a rocket now. That's old switch. Now that switch is still, if you put a screwdriver in there, still activating. But whatever activated has broken and fell out. But the story of this is, Hulti does not have this part. Hulti does not have a switch for this. This is an older grinder. This has seen a lot of action. It's fair to say this has seen more action than Chuck Norris, but to replace that grinder with the same one today would be about £400. And Hulti have to say, you know, these companies have to say when parts are obsolete, they have to make a decision. Good big motor, not good big brushes, not sir. But anyway, that air was not available from Hulti UK or Hulti Germany. I had to go and get an aftermarket one on eBay, and it had to come from Germany. It costs £60 to fix that, including labour, and that's a £400 grinder. So I'd call that a one. That's a crowning glory of this week. That's the best, probably, repair of the week, but not the only one. And my old favourites, batteries. These ones were, see if it fixed on them, it was flashing green to red in the charger. That's the fault, and that's how you, there's Darren. Good to see you, Darren. I'm going to, excuse me everyone, I'm going to show Darren the Hulti. Fixed that this week, Darren. Had to get the switch from Germany. Hulti didn't have it. I get an eBay from Germany. That's a £400 grinder if you replaced it with the new one. Anyhow, fixed these two batteries as well. And if you look at these two batteries, I'm going to show you a subtle difference between them. The switch on, let's see if I can get in focus. You see one of the battery indicators, you can hardly see it, and the other one's nice and bright. That's a dim one there. The dim one has these little generic circuit boards. It's one of these little generic circuit boards that I get from the flea bay. You know, they're not that expensive, but you have to get them from the Far East, and it takes a while for them to come. But that is if there's a problem with them, that is it. The brightness of LEDs. This has still got the original board in it. I put a new board in this, as I've said. But this battery here, I want to tell you this one because there's going to be a video out of this one next week. Well, they seem to work because I've put a lot of them boards on there, you know. This one was the old-fashioned way, jump start. But I did a video and I took this apart and showed you how the jump start works, showed you the starting point, showed you how the cells got up there. It's one of the better videos I think I've done. It'll be out next Sunday. I've some Hulti stuff myself. I'm answering Darren here. I've some Hulti stuff myself, Darren, that is a big Hulti SDS, and I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to give it back to the guy sometime. This one started at 6.94 volts, and now it's 100%. It's going like a rocket. But I don't know whether I should say this, but there's a few guys, and I have to say they're very good repairmen, who I respect on YouTube. One of them's a Facebook goes on YouTube, and they seem to see battery repair as a dark art. Like you're summoning demons or something. I don't know what the fear is. There's one particular guy, and he did a sort of a video, and he identified 2 cells that were bad in the battery. He says, I ain't replacing cells, as if it was something bad. There, I'm going to address a wee comment there from Pat, if you don't mind, guys. I haven't seen any 6 or 8 amp Parkside batteries knocking about. You've a Draper Stormforce gear adapt to take Parkside. How did you do that? They're very similar looking, but there's something about the length when they go on. They're just very similar at the top, but there's something about the length of the shell. I'd be interested to see how you did it, and if it would actually be a great video to do for some of the guys out there. If anybody else wants to do it, or if anybody tells me how to do it, I might actually start showing people how to adapt their Draper Stormforce to Parkside batteries. I would do that video. That'd be right up my street. But come back to these guys who don't like battery repair. Now, battery repair isn't for everyone, but I don't know why people are afraid of it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's why I want to get a fire extinguisher now. Maybe I had to shoot at one a year ago. What do you think, guys? Is battery repair a valid thing to do? Even if you don't agree with battery repair, it's bound to be good for me to do videos for educational and entertainment purposes. And you know, if I'm not in this forum, who's going to make these things? You see, Pat. There's Paul Cook. Good to see you in the chat. Pat, I want to address a wee chat with Pat there. Pat's from Clare. Pat's been a very good commenter on the videos. So he reckons adapting the Parkside to the Stormforce is a 5-minute job. And he's going to send me a photo. I would appreciate that, Pat. There's Martin back in the chat. But honestly, what do you think of that, guys? That's the first DeWalt M12 on the planet that I've ever seen. I'm trying to think what else is going on. That's the fixes of the week anyway. Oh yes, I might give you a public service announcement on something that I did yesterday. I drank this. This is Tyson Fury's energy drink. I was out spending all my money in Poundland yesterday, and I bought this for £1. It's Tyson Fury's energy drink. I have to say it's quite nice, but my review of it would be: don't drink it unless you're going to go and fight Deontay Wilder, because last night was date night in our house, and I drank that. And I was trying to sit still watching a fucking romantic comedy and I was struggling. So be careful with Tyson Fury's energy drink. Unless Deontay Wilder's about them drink too, to see if you can take them on. I'm trying to think what else. Is there anything else in the chat, anything you want to know about? Anything that now Frankenstein would be proud of my build. This is a battery I tore down. There's also a video on that. There's a battery I tore down, and I always find if you keep the cases, it's good for storing your cells, keeps them safe. And screw them back together again. Just put the screws on there. And now the new workshop's going well. But I have another video that you may or may not have seen. But I'll just show you what's on it. It's a video done a couple of months ago. And I have a kit. That's funny, but BW's Electronic, I agree with you, because you're saying, the way I look at it, there's education in me messing about with these. I'm learning, and if I learn, I tell you what I know. Because there are no trade secrets in this channel. This is not the magic circle. This is not the magic circle. But anyway, I used to have a little box that I used to fix batteries. All the gear that I needed to fix batteries was on them. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk around the camera and show you. Bosch Procore. I don't know with those Bosch Procores, there's a lot of them's going faulty. There's one man has had 3 faulties in the last 6 months. And I haven't pulled the cells out of them. The little 4 amps have only seen 1 with 5 cells on them. But I don't know if they're 18650s or something else. But DeWalt's very, I like how basic the DeWalt battery is. It's simple. Some of the DeWalt stuff people slag off, some people do slag off DeWalt because there's a simplicity to some of it. And you know, some of that's really a good thing because it's easy to sort out. Like if something's simple, less goes wrong with it, and something does go wrong with it, you can kind of sort it out. But moving back to what I was doing here, I'm going to show you, see if I can get the camera to a right angle. And there. I'm going to show you the gear that I use to fix the battery. I don't always wear gloves, but I should. There's the gloves. The M12 wacky soldering iron. Now I like this thing. There's people out there say there are better cordless soldering irons, better options out there. But I just like, I'm on the platform now. I have my Frankenstein's Monster drill as well, so I'm good. I like how quickly that heats up. I must do another 6-month review in that shortly because I must have that about 6 months. And I know more about it than I did in the initial review. There's the operating temperature now. It's at the little tilt head, like that. It seems cumbersome. Some people say it's cumbersome. But I like it. It's nice to hold. Like I say, it heats up quick. And when you switch it off, that red light stays on to the top, goes down. And if you've got the square battery, it stands up well. It stands up, but it stands up better with a square battery, although it makes it a wee bit more cumbersome. But I like that. A bit of a fan favourite here would be the spot welder. That's for joining the cells together with this, the nickel strap. And of course, a nickel strap as well. That's in conjunction with that. And with the soldering iron, along the soldering gear, I have flux. I've got this sucker. More solder, more flux, pliers, scissors to cut the nickel strip. These little boys here, I don't always use them but I really should. I really should. I'll show you what they're for now. Over-engineered things are a problem. If something's too complex, you know, it's destined to fail a million different ways. You stick that in the end of the cell, and the purpose of that is to explain this is the plus, this part here, this raised up part. This is all coded here, and this is the negative. But all this coated part underneath that coating, that's all negative. So if you have an exposed bit of stuff there and it crosses from that, you're getting a short. And them little polo months or whatever you call them stop that from happening. So that's really the stuff, the main things that I need to fix a battery at the drop of a hat. And I have some upcoming videos. I'm trying to think what I have upcoming. Like I say, the video of that's out next week. The video of that will be out next week, or maybe the week after, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. The video of that will be out in 10 minutes or so. As you can see, it wasn't that complicated to fix. And I think, guys, we've gone to half an hour now. Is anybody anything they want to say in the chat? Anybody want to talk about anything? That's great, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll try and do a regular stream here every week. Try and do half an hour on a Sunday night for you guys in the UK and Ireland, and the afternoon in some parts of America or whatever. I'm going to try and do a regular slot so people know where I am or where I'll be here when I'll be on. And hopefully I get more stuff for you next week. And I really intend to do the prize draw for that 9 amp. The prize draw is coming up, and I'm going to get something put together for the middle of the week. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday I might put a special video out in that. Have a good time Wednesday night. Unfortunately, like I say, it's only going to be open to people from Northern Ireland or the Republic of Ireland because of the lithium-ion shipping issues across water. That's a good suggestion for Paul Cook there. He wants more water tests. More water tests. Like I might actually, before I go, I might show you the drill. That if you've seen the water test about a year ago that I did on an impact driver, I'm going to show you, Pat. If you go to my channel, Pat, let's see, Pat's looking for my email address here. If you go to my channel and go about, you should be able to access my email address there. But if not, leave a comment in one of my videos and I'll reply with the email address for you. I'm going to show you this impact driver that I put into a bucket of water last year. And then we're gonna hit the bricks. Well, BW's Electronics, to answer your comments, there's always going to be Sparks on my channel. Should have called myself Dr. Sparks. That's the one that I tried to drown last year. It's actually better now because it cured the variable speed in the trigger. No, it didn't. No, it doesn't. There's a problem with the variable speed and triggering that one. No, it's good. The water cured it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The only thing, it's a bit rusty around the chuck, but it still goes. This actually made this better today. If you look at that, look. I made it into a McLaren F1, the Walt Impact driver. Nobody's got one of these. These aren't available in the shops. It's an old DCF 885 McLaren F1. So with that bit of nonsense, I'm going to bid you farewell, and thank you all for joining the stream tonight. And I'm going to try and have something for you next week. The big thing next week is going to be probably the prize draw, so that's something to look forward to. And who knows what this week will bring. Hopefully good things. Good night.